Welcome to the deep dive. Today, we're peeling back the layers on something you might walk past every day, probably without a second thought. The global airport clocks market.
Right, airport clocks. Sounds incredibly specific, doesn't it?
It really does. But here's where it gets, well, really interesting. It's actually a surprisingly robust and growing market.
It truly is. We're diving into a stack of insights from a cognitive market research report. And for those of you who, maybe like us, love spotting those hidden trends.
Yeah, the unexpected drivers.
Exactly. Understanding those unexpected drivers of the global economy. This one is definitely an aha moment. It makes you wonder, what's really ticking behind these numbers?
That's precisely our mission today, isn't it? We're going to explore the detailed revenue data, the growth projections for this global market.
Yeah.
We're looking at 2021 right through to 2033.
Right.
Our goal is really to show you why this seemingly simple, almost background thing is actually a significant economic story. Points to much larger trends, I think.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
And the scale of it is quite remarkable when you look at the numbers.
Yeah.
According to our source, the global airport clocks market was valued at over $2 billion.
$2 billion.
Yeah, 76.11 million to be exact, back in 2021.
Okay.
It's expected to jump to $361.8 million in 2025. And then the projection goes up to a staggering $659.32 million by 2033.
Wait, hold on. Nearly $6.7 billion for airport clocks. In just over a decade, that's a compound annual growth rate, the CAGR, of 10.2%. That kind of, sustained double-digit growth for something as specific as, telling time in an airport, that suggests far more than just replacing old wall clocks, right?
It absolutely does. This growth, it points towards a fundamental shift.
Yeah.
How timekeeping is integrated into, modern aviation infrastructure.
Yeah.
And the report, it breaks this down region by region, showing us where the investment is concentrated and, maybe more importantly, what it signifies.
Right.
So take North America, for instance. The market there was worth about $656 million in 2021.
Okay, $656 million.
And it's projected to reach over $2 billion, that's billion with a B, by 2033. That reflects a 10.112% CAGR.
That's a truly staggering projection for just one region. And I see within North America, the U.S. leads the way, going from just over $500 million in 2021 to a forecast of $1.68 billion by 2033. But what's particularly striking, I think, is that even smaller markets in the region, like Mexico, are showing very strong growth.
Yeah, that Mexico number jumped out at me too, 10.675% CAGR.
Exactly. It tells us this isn't just a big economy thing.
Indeed. It might reflect, an evolving understanding globally of how critical precise timing is for modern air travel. It doesn't really matter the country's overall economic size. Now, moving across the Atlantic over to Europe, the regional market there, it followed a similar trajectory, valued at nearly $600 million in 2021, and projected to reach over $1.86 billion by 2033. That's with a 10.005% CAGR. So very similar to North America.
And within Europe, Germany and France both showing healthy growth rates, over 10% each. But here's something I found really interesting. Sweden.
Sweden.
It stands out with the highest regional CGR, 11.111%. Even though its market size is smaller, obviously, than Germany or France, that suggests some really rapid expansion happening there.
It really does.
So, with this consistent, strong growth across continents, what's really driving this market? Is it just airports buying more clocks? Or is there, like you said, a fundamental shift in how timekeeping fits into the whole aviation infrastructure picture?
That really is the core question, isn't it? And the data certainly points towards those deeper trends. What's fascinating here, I think, is that this isn't just about, static wall clocks anymore.
Right.
This growth is driven by the increasing demand for sophisticated, synchronized timing systems.
Oh, okay. Synchronized.
Exactly. As airports become smarter, right, they rely on precise timing for basically everything, from automated baggage handling, AI-driven passenger flow management, and enhanced security protocols, even just the seamless operation of all the IoT devices spread throughout the terminal. These aren't just time displays anymore. They're critical nodes in a really complex operational network.
That makes so much sense now. It connects the dots, doesn't it, between a seemingly simple object, the clock, and this whole complex web of modern airport operations. So it's not just about, checking if you're going to miss your flight. It's this whole multi-billion-dollar ecosystem making sure every single part of the airport runs on the same precise clock.
Exactly. And if we connect this to the bigger picture, Asia Pacific is another major driver in this whole transformation.
Okay, APAC.
Yeah, that region's market was around $465 million in 2021. and it's set to reach an impressive $1.57 billion by 2033.
Wow.
And that's with a slightly higher regional CAGR, actually, 10.55%. This part of the world, as you know, is seeing massive investment in new airport construction, modernizations.
Right, right. And within APAC, I see India is truly surging. It boasts the region's highest UCR at 11.31%. But the real star, I guess, in terms of projected growth rate, not just in Asia Pacific, but maybe globally, is Singapore.
Singapore, yeah. Astonishing number.
An astonishing 11.764% CAGR. That's a relatively compact country, making a huge impact on this very specific market.
It really highlights how specific local factors, like a push for absolutely state-of-the-art infrastructure, can drive really intense, focused growth.
Yeah.
It does. This surge in places like Singapore and India, it suggests a global push for standardized, highly synchronized timing systems across all the touch points in modern airports.
Right.
And this is vital for everything from baggage handling to boarding gates, just ensuring operational efficiency, a seamless passenger experience, especially, as air travel continues to rebound globally.
And the growth story isn't just limited to these major economic powerhouses or these regions building giant new mega hubs, is it? South America, for example, also showing considerable expansion.
That's right. The overall South American market, it's projected to grow from about $137 million in 2021 to almost $480 million by 2033. That's a robust 10.788% CAGR for the region.
Okay. And who's leading there? Brazil?
Brazil leads in market size within the region, yeah. But Argentina is actually showing the highest TGR for South America, 11.197%.
Interesting. Okay.
Then we have the Middle East and Africa, both also showing solid, consistent growth. Their CGRs are hovering around the 9.7% to 9.8% mark.
So not quite as explosive as some of the APAC outliers, but still very significant.
Exactly. It still indicates continued development, continued expansion of airport infrastructure in those regions, too.
What's really fascinating here is just the sheer consistency of the growth across continents. I mean, from North America to Africa, every major region is seeing double-digit or near double-digit growth in this specific market. It's not just incidental, is it? It's really a testament to the ongoing investment in global air travel infrastructure, driven by this need for more efficient, more secure, and, more passenger-friendly airports.
This widespread growth across such diverse economies, it really underscores the global nature of this trend. It's kind of a quiet but powerful indicator of how interconnected and synchronized our world is becoming.
So what does this all mean for you listening? We've just navigated this, fascinating growth trajectory of the global airport clocks market, seeing how it's expanding across continents, across countries. It's truly remarkable how a foundational piece of airport infrastructure is experiencing such significant market growth. It reflects this much larger wave of modernization happening.
Definitely. We've seen incredible regional diversity, too, from that robust, almost 12%, 11.764% CAGR projected for Singapore.
Yeah, one of the fastest growing country markets.
All the way to, say, Switzerland's more modest, but still very positive, 8.761% CAGR. The overall story, though, it's one of consistent and pretty considerable expansion, from over $2 billion in 2021 to well over $6.6 billion projected by 2033.
This whole deep dive really makes you think, doesn't it, about all the unseen essential infrastructure components that power our world. It's not just about the big flashy tech we always hear about, but also these seemingly simple yet vital elements, like a reliable synchronized clock in a busy airport. It's kind of a testament to the ongoing, quiet investments that keep our global systems running, often just below the radar.
And this raises an important question, I think. If the market for something as specific, as foundational as airport clocks is projected to nearly triple in just over a decade, what other background or often overlooked industries and infrastructure components might be quietly experiencing or maybe are poised for similar explosive growth? What does this tell us about where investment, modernization, digital transformation? Where is it truly flowing in our interconnected global economy, maybe beyond the big headlines?
Welcome to the Deep Dive, where we cut through the noise of complex topics to bring you the essential insights you need. Today, we're going behind the scenes of something so fundamental, yet, so meticulously managed that it basically underpins every single airport operation: keeping perfect time. We're about to discover the surprising complexities hidden within the global airport clocks market.
It really is a fascinating dive. When you start to think about the intricate technology and just the sheer coordination involved, maintaining perfect synchronization across a huge, sprawling airport, it definitely opens up a whole new perspective. And just be clear, all the insights we're sharing with you today, they come exclusively from Cognitive Market Research's really deep analysis of this market's dynamics and, where it's heading in the future.
Right. So our mission for this deep dive is pretty clear. We're extracting the key forces pushing this market forward, the sort of unique hurdles it faces, and the exciting trends shaping its future. Think of it as your shortcut to being genuinely well-informed about something you probably never thought twice about before. So let's start by exploring what's truly driving the need for these incredibly precise systems today. I mean, beyond just the obvious increase in flights.
Well, yeah, the increasing global air traffic is certainly a factor. You can't ignore that.
Sure.
But it's the intensity of that traffic that's really staggering. Did you know a single large international hub can handle over 1,000 aircraft movements a day?
Wow, 1,000.
Yeah. And every single one of those, from pushback to landing, is choreographed literally to the second. So that makes precision timekeeping not just, beneficial, but absolutely critical. Vital, really, for avoiding those cascading delays that can cost millions.
Okay, so it's about coordination on a massive scale.
That's exactly right. And what's critical here is how precise time synchronization has become across all the airport systems. It's not just one clock. Imagine a single flight landing. Okay, its arrival time is precisely synced, which triggers a whole chain reaction. Baggage handlers, ground crews, gate staffs, all of them need the exact same time reference.
Right. Down to the second.
Precisely.
Yeah.
Every single function, from takeoffs and landings to baggage handling, even gate changes, it all hinges on accurate timing. These synchronized clocks ensure every department, every sort of piece of the puzzle functions totally in unison, and that significantly reduces delays and massively enhances operational efficiency. Without it,
yeah,
honestly, you'd have chaos.
And it's not just about the behind-the-scenes stuff, the operations. It's also about you, the passenger, right? I mean, think about how strategically placed clocks throughout the terminals help you track your boarding times, avoid missing flights, navigate efficiently. These aren't just decorations. They're actually an integral part of the whole passenger information system. They contribute to a hopefully seamless and less stressful travel experience. You probably rely on them way more than you think.
Yeah, and if we connect this to the bigger picture, this whole evolution is really a key part of the broader trend towards smart airports and digital transformation initiatives. So traditional analog clocks, they're steadily being replaced by advanced GPS or network time protocol, NTP synchronized digital clocks, even atomic clock systems in some cases. Think of NTP as kind of the internet's invisible timekeeper. It makes sure every connected device from your laptop to the airport's baggage system is ticking on the exact same second.
And atomic clocks are even more precise.
Oh, absolutely. They're the ultimate standard. They're so precise they only gain or lose about, 1 second every million years?
Incredible.
Yeah. That's the kind of rock-solid reliability airports really need. It makes these advanced systems essential, integrated components for their superior accuracy in modern airport infrastructure.
That level of precision sounds fantastic, but...
Well, there's always a catch, isn't there? Every market faces its hurdles.
Yeah.
So, okay, let's unpack this. What's holding things back? What are some of the biggest obstacles airports face when they try to implement and, maintain these precise clock systems?
Well, one of the main restraints is the sheer cost. And it's not just the initial purchase price of the clocks themselves.
Right, there's more to it.
Definitely. We're talking about complex systems. They need network synchronization, high-visibility displays that work in bright sunlight or dim light, weatherproof casings for outdoors. But it's actually more than just the hardware cost. Imagine needing to integrate these systems into infrastructure that might have been built, decades ago.
Challenging.
Very. It often requires specialized certified contractors. You have to navigate layers and layers of aviation safety regulations. That's where the true cost and complexity really soar. And that poses a pretty significant limiting factor for many airport authorities, especially smaller ones. That makes perfect sense, the integration cost. And I'm curious, does the fact that everyone has a smartphone now play a role, with passengers increasingly relying on their personal smart devices, their phones, their watches? Do airports still see the value in investing heavily in these public clock displays?
It's an interesting point, and it comes up. But here's the thing. While your smartwatch keeps your time perfectly well for you,
Yeah.
an airport needs public clocks that are well, incredibly robust.
Mm.
They have to withstand anything, basically. Be visible from 50 feet away in any light condition and be synced to, atomic precision. So while travelers do rely heavily on their personal devices, the airport's fundamental operational need for universal, verifiable time, that remains.
Okay, so the need is still there operationally.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
The challenge becomes maybe how do public clocks stay relevant and, crucially, justify their investment when personal devices are so ubiquitous?
Yeah.
It kind of forces airports to think more about the multifunctionality of these displays, not just timekeeping.
And you mentioned complexity before. It must get technically really complex too, right? Like imagine a huge international airport, multiple terminals, hundreds of gates, maybe even different time zones within its operational scope, ensuring accurate, perfectly synchronized timing across all these diverse locations. That sounds like a massive challenge.
Oh, it is. It demands really robust and often very costly synchronization technologies and protocols, think specialized networks, backup systems. It adds another significant layer of complexity and cost that, yeah, you really can't understate.
Mm-hmm.
And interestingly, this sort of brings us to another challenge. The limited innovation we've seen in, let's say, traditional standalone clock models, just a clock on the wall.
Right.
When you compare a simple analog clock or even a basic digital one to modern digital signage,
Yeah.
the screens that integrate live flight data, maybe advertising, airport branding.
Yeah, those big displays.
Exactly. The traditional clock models simply lack that kind of multifunctionality, and that makes them less attractive for newer, more tech-focused airport designs, which really prioritize multi-use displays and just making efficient use of terminal space.
Ah, so that lack of multifunctionality in older models is precisely why the next phase of airport timekeeping is maybe so transformative. So, okay, let's shift gears here. Here's where it gets really interesting. What's genuinely exciting in this space? How are airports transforming their timekeeping systems for the future?
Well, we're definitely seeing a significant transition away from those older analog clocks towards advanced digital and, crucially, GPS or NTP synchronized ones.
Okay, the smart clocks.
Exactly. Airports are increasingly adopting these smart clocks. They're connected to centralized management systems. This ensures universal accuracy across the entire facility, every single concourse, every gate, and it drastically reduces the need for manual adjustments, which, believe me, used to be a major headache for maintenance crews.
I can imagine. And building on that, another key trend seems to be the deep integration of clocks with those passenger information display systems you mentioned, the PIDS.
Yes, absolutely. Clocks are often no longer just standalone units hanging on a wall.
Right.
They're becoming an embedded part, often a corner or section, of these dynamic digital displays. The same screen that shows you gate numbers, maybe local weather conditions, live flight updates.
So it's all in one place.
Pretty much. The PIDS acts like a central dashboard, consolidating all that critical passenger information onto a single screen. It streamlines updates for the airport and hopefully reduces passenger confusion.
And what about the look and feel? Is there anything happening there?
Yes, actually. On a more aesthetic note, there's a definite rising trend of customization. Airports want clocks that fit their branding and the overall terminal aesthetics.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah, clock designs are being specifically tailored now to align with the terminal architecture, the airport's brand identity. You're starting to see clocks featuring, say, local cultural symbols or unique artistic designs, specific color schemes matching the airline or the airport. It's all about creating a more immersive and engaging experience as you move through the terminal. It's no longer just about telling time, it's kind of reinforcing the airport's identity, its sense of place.
Making it part of the environment. Okay.
Yeah.
And finally, what about those outdoor clocks? They must take a beating from the weather.
They certainly can. And that leads to a crucial final trend, especially for clocks on the tarmac, near gates, or on building exteriors. A strong focus on using highly durable and weather-resistant materials.
Makes sense.
Manufacturers are deploying things like anti-corrosive metals, waterproof seals, components resistant to extreme temperatures, both hot and cold. It's all about ensuring consistent performance and long-term reliability. This is absolutely vital in these varied, often quite harsh airport environments where extreme weather can be a real challenge for electronics and ultimately for crucial flight operations.
So, wow, we've journeyed through this surprisingly intricate world of airport clocks. We've uncovered the key drivers pushing their growth, the unique hurdles they face, and these really interesting trends defining their future. It's truly a complex, kind of hidden ecosystem for something as seemingly simple as, well, keeping time.
Exactly. This deep dive really shows how even a component as, fundamental as a clock is deeply integrated into the complex, always evolving ecosystem of modern airports. It goes far beyond just telling you the time. It's really a testament to the incredible precision required in aviation today.
So here's a final thought for you, our listener, to mull over. Given the rapid advancements in our personal devices, phones, watches, and this integration of information into comprehensive PIDS screens, what do you think will be the most significant, perhaps even surprising innovation or shift for airport clocks in the next decade? How will they maintain their crucial role? Something to think about. Thank you for joining us on this deep dive, and as always, thank you for your curiosity.